You're vegan. You've made the commitment. You've swapped out the dairy, ditched the meat, and proudly walked past the cheese aisle without a second glance. You scan ingredients, you skip the steakhouse. You're in control. Or so you thought. Because buried deep inside some of the most ordinary, everyday foods are animal products you never saw coming. Not because you weren't careful, but because these ingredients are hidden behind complicated names, outdated processes, or centuries-old recipes no one ever thought to question. So before you take another bite of that harmless snack, it's time to uncover the truth behind 10 foods you think are vegan, but aren't. 1. White sugar. The sweet lie you'd think sugar, pure, white, sweet sugar, would be as vegan as it gets, right? It's made from plants, after all. But in the United States especially, much of the white sugar you buy is processed using bone char, a black, powdery substance made from charred animal bones, often from cows. It's used to bleach sugar, making it that pristine white color. There's no bone left in the final product. But if you're avoiding all animal involvement in your food, this still matters. What to do? Look for sugar that's labeled as organic, unrefined, or certified vegan. These types are processed without bone char and are just as sweet, ethically. 2. Red candies. Pretty color, ugly secret. Red candies. Fruit punch, strawberry yogurt, red velvet cake. What gives them that bold, bright crimson? Often, it's carmine, also known as cochineal extract. Carmine comes from crushed cochineal beetles, thousands of them. It takes nearly 70,000 insects to make 1 pound of dye. It's been used for centuries, yes, but that doesn't make it any less gross for vegans. What to do? Look for natural colorings like beet juice, paprika extract, or annatto. Many newer candy brands and plant-based yogurts are making the switch, so check those labels. 3. Beer and wine, a toast to fish bladders. You're relaxing with a nice glass of red after a long day, thinking, at least my drink is cruelty-free? Not always. Many wines and beers use animal-derived fining agents, like isinglass, which comes from fish bladders. Others may use egg whites or casein, a milk protein, to clarify and filter their beverages. You won't find these ingredients on the label. They're considered processing agents, not additives. Sneaky, right? What to do? Use resources like barnivore.com, which tracks vegan-friendly alcohol brands, or shop specifically for vegan-certified beer and wine. 4. Some breads and bagels, feathered with deception bread. The staff of life, safe for vegans, until it isn't. Many commercial breads and bagels use L-cysteine, an amino acid used to condition dough and make it softer and stretchier. Sounds harmless until you realize it's often derived from duck feathers or even human hair. Gross? Absolutely. Common? More than you'd think, especially in fast food chains and mass-produced bread brands. What to do? Look for vegan-certified breads or check ingredient lists closely. Some local bakeries are also transparent about what goes into their loaves. So ask. 5. Orange juice. Fortified with fish? You'd think orange juice was just oranges. But enhanced versions often come with extras, like omega-3 fatty acids. Good for your heart? Sure. But where do those omega-3s come from? Fish oil. And sometimes, vitamin D3 added to juices is made from lanolin, which comes from sheep's wool. What to do? Go for fresh squeezed juice or check the packaging. Brands that use algae-based omega-3s or plant-based D3 will usually mark it on the label. 6. Refried beans, secretly swimming in lard. Refried beans seem innocent. Beans, oil, salt. Simple, right? Not always. Many canned or restaurant-made refried beans use lard, rendered pork fat, to make them rich and creamy. Even at Mexican restaurants, if you don't ask, you might get the meat version by default. What to do? Look for vegetarian or vegan labels on cans, or make your own using olive oil, garlic, and mashed pinto beans. It's cheaper, healthier, and lard-free. 7. Worcestershire Sauce Anchovy Assassin. That funky, umami-packed splash of Worcestershire in your Bloody Mary or marinade. It's packing more than flavor. It's packing anchovies. This English-born sauce is a kitchen staple, but those little fish are tucked into the traditional recipe, giving it that signature tang. What to do? Pick up a vegan version. Annie's, Edward & Sons, and many store brands offer anchovy-free alternatives, or whip up your own with soy sauce, vinegar, molasses, and spices. 8. Gummy candy and marshmallows, the gelatin trap. They're cute, they're chewy, they're delicious, and they're made from boiled animal bones, skin, and connective tissue. That's right, gelatin, the ingredient that gives marshmallows and gummies their bounce, is a byproduct of the meat industry. It's in everything from Jell-O to frosted Pop-Tarts. Yep, even those. What to do? Look for gelatin-free treats made with agar-agar, a seaweed-based gelling agent, or pectin from fruit. Dandy's makes great vegan marshmallows. Smart Sweets, Surf Sweets, and Wholesome offer plant-based gummy options. 9. NonDairy Creamers, the dairy deception. You grab a creamer labeled non-dairy, expecting it to be vegan safe, but the fine print says otherwise. Many powdered and liquid non-dairy creamers contain casein, a milk protein, used to make the texture creamy and stable. How is that even legal under non-dairy? Because it's regulated loosely. Casein doesn't count as milk fat. Sneaky labeling strikes again. What to do? Stick to oat milk, almond milk, or coconut milk creamers labeled as 100% vegan. Califia Farms, Nut Pods, and Silk are great go-to brands. 10. Potato chips, fat and flavor, but at what cost? Chips are just potatoes and salt, right? Not when they're barbecue, sour cream, and onion, or cheese flavored. Many chips use natural flavors that include animal-derived enzymes or even chicken fat, especially in meat-flavored varieties. And milk derivatives are used even in surprisingly plain flavors. What to do? Stick to chips labeled vegan, like the original flavor of Pringles, Kettle's sea salt, or Hippies for something more fun. Earth Balance and Beanfields also offer delicious certified vegan options. So, still feeling confident about that snack stash in your pantry? Don't worry, this isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. Even seasoned vegans can get tripped up by tricky labels, sneaky ingredients, and centuries-old processing methods no one talks about. But now, you know, you're informed. And that means you're more powerful than ever in how you shop, eat, and live. For every animal-based product on this list, there are compassionate, plant-based alternatives waiting to be discovered. So double-check that label. Ask that extra question at the restaurant. Support the brands that are doing it right. Because being vegan isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, purpose, and choosing kindness, one bite at a time. Next time you think something is vegan because it looks the part, look again. Because sometimes the most unexpected foods come with the most unexpected stories. And now, you know how to spot them.